welcome to the GF channel. In today's episode I'm gonna try not to break my car and show you how to do cheap copies of keys. So I have only original key. I have the worst case scenario, not worst, but there is one worse case. These chips are 8C. They're used in late 90s, early 2000s in various models of Mazda. They're extremely pricey. Even the blank of the chip is like $50 US. I did found guys that are gonna create me a duplicate of my key, but first it's gonna be actually duplicate, so there won't be any difference between this key and the other key. It's not like two registered keys. It's for the car, it's gonna be the same key for the price of 60 euros, which I do not like. So I decided that I'm gonna try to do all of this by myself. I read on the internet. Eventually I did figure out maybe I could reuse this. This is the chip. This is the transponder. And I read on a forum, that's the only clue I had, that 8C chips used in Ford and Mazda are reusable. So what I did is I went and I got two of these from a junkyard. This is how it looks. This is the same key, but strip down the plastic there. This is exactly where your transponder chip is. And I also got two of these. This is my original one that actually has not fallen off. The number of it, which you should search for, let me see it without yes, it's right here on top, 41601. This is the number that you need to search if you want to get remote controls working. So I have three here, they're all the same. I also have three transponders, and only this one is working with the car. The idea is to program the remote controls and the transponders. Now what I have here is actually I bought from China these shells that you actually insert your fob here, and there is space here for the transponder, and then this one you cut, and it's an actual flip key. You press a button and it flips. There's a spring which I lost, so I ordered another one. Now the problem with these, they do look nice, but battery, there's nothing to hold the battery here. So these four, they do hold your PCB board, but nothing is holding the battery, and the battery falls off. That's why I have glued all of these, so they actually make sure the battery stays in place. And also the transponder falls off of here quite easily, so no matter if you place it on the left or on the right, it just falls off. So you have to glue this one. Nice idea, terrible execution. Okay, so let's go with the documentation. That's the more interesting part. So as I said, I have one key only. This one doesn't allow, when you have only one key, it doesn't allow you to program more unless you have a code. So let me show you here. On this one, we go to body, and actually no, we are talking about Immobilizer, sorry. Now we need to go to body. Where is it? Body electrical system. And here we should have Immobilizer. Yes, Immobilizer. Key ID number input. Let me zoom a bit, maybe a bit more. Too much Okay, so as you can see, there are different procedures depending on the different things. Like there are 2 valid keys and you can create a duplicate. We are not this one, we are this one. There is only 1 or no valid keys. In this case, you can see the duplicate keys are key 1 and key 2, and the valid key is key 3, and in the steps you're actually using key 1, which is actual duplicate. So from my understanding, this one seems like it doesn't care which is first and which is last, while here it actually matters. The key 1 is a valid key. So this is the procedure we are going to follow, but note this: you do some stuff which later I'm going to come back, and then you have a code word input procedure, and this code word is the key. You need a code word in order to get these working. How to get the code word? Well, one way is to actually go to a Mazda, and they're gonna tell you they're gonna ask for a leg and an arm. The other way is to go to a locksmith, and he's also going to ask for lots of money. And fortunately, if you're European user, most likely, now I'm powering on my virtual machine because there is a software in Windows. There is a software that is gonna generate it. It's called Code Wizard Pro. That's the URL. It's a funky schmanky URL. Also, the Windows Defender actually quarantined the executable, so it thinks there's a virus in it. Probably, I don't know. I'm in a virtual machine, I don't care. It does the job. So if you look here, in this table, we have available in demo mode and demo X. If it's with X, then it's available in demo. If you scroll down to Mazda, okay, scroll a bit up, you are gonna see in the demo mode we have available to generate pin code, that's the code word, by ISN. ISN is serial number of the Immobilizer, and that's only if you're using Lucas Immobilizer. Now in these cars they mount 2 types of Immobilizers, Lucas Immobilizer and Mitsubishi Immobilizers. I believe everything in Europe is with Lucas, because I've searched and searched and searched and I cannot find in Europe a Mitsubishi one. So I guess everything is Lucas. If you're in Europe and maybe some other parts, you're in luck. The Immobilizer is right here. You remove these caps, and that box here is your Immobilizer. Of course, I'm not gonna show my code. So you need to go to this, hit download here. It's actually gonna download huge file, 894 megabytes, almost 900 megabytes. You extract it and stop your antivirus. Then open the app, go to Mazda, and you choose pin code by ISN. You type here your 10-digit Immobilizer serial number, hit calculate, and you're gonna get the pin code that is needed for the procedure here. Okay, then I'm not gonna show the procedure, because again this is gonna show my code. I don't want my code to be all over the internet. So I'm gonna show you the procedure, and I'm gonna do it by myself. Of course you have to cut them. For this I'm gonna explain in a bit what I did. Then cut the keys. Then the ignition switch from lock to on 5 times by using key 1. Key 1, as you can see, is from the duplicates. And stop at lock position. And it says that it shouldn't exceed 1 second in between states. Then you should go to on position with the same key within 30 seconds after carrying out step 2. I guess they give you time to read the steps ahead. Then you go again to lock and wait 5 minutes. After security light flashes more slowly, because in this case first it's gonna actually flash for 30 milliseconds on and then 30 milliseconds off. So after that, after 5 minutes, it's gonna become 4 times slower, 1.2 seconds on and 1.2 seconds off. You should do the code procedure. I'm gonna go to the code procedure. After the code procedure, the flash should remain illuminated constantly. If it goes off, then you did something wrong. Then start the engine with the key. Engine should continue running as normal. You're gonna see the flash, the key light illuminates for 1-2 seconds, then goes off, but the engine stays on. Then power off the car, remove the key, place the key 2, do the same, then key 3, remove key 3, and wait for 30 seconds for everything to be completed. At first I was thinking to do it with 2 keys, but I didn't see that if there is a possibility to actually make only 2 keys. The procedure is for 3 keys, so I'm gonna do 3 keys. Okay, so now let's go show you the procedure, the code input procedure. Again, body electrical system, immobilizer, immobilizer, code input. A little bit of zoom, and that's the procedure. So when it starts actually blinking for 1.2 seconds, it's quite a lot of time, and you have this 8 number generated from the program. You should input those numbers. For the number 3, that's the way you input it. For every number it's the same. You should start, so you should put on position, the key on position when the light is not illuminated. Then count 3 illuminations and then go back to lock position after it goes off the 3rd time. So no key movement while the LED is on. You see the LED goes off, then you can do something with the key. And if you did everything right, you should stay lit. If it goes off, it says here not being input correctly because security line go out. Turn the ignition switch to lock, from lock to on 5 times, except PCM replacement, which we are not replacing PCM, so this is ours, 5 times, and repeat the input procedure. So if you get it wrong, don't worry, you don't have to wait for 5 minutes again. Just go off and on 5 times, and you're gonna be able to input the procedure again. I believe that's with the documentation for the Immobilizer. Now let's go with the documentation for the remote control. This one goes into the body this time because we're interested in the key power door locks, the where is it? Transmitter, yes, keyless unit ID code change. Hit this, and the previous owner left us here something that I do not understand, but the procedure is the following. Keep in mind everything is gonna be erased, so all your previous remotes are gonna be erased here. For the keys, I do not know if they're erased or not. There isn't anything that is specific. But these are gonna be erased. I tested. So to program it, you start by removing the key from steering lock and closing all doors. Then open driver's side door. Then you have to repeat the following 2 times. Insert key into the steering lock. Turn the ignition switch to on. Then back to lock. Remove the key from steering lock. So you do this 2 times. And then after that you have to do the following thing 3 times. Push the driver's side door switch and release it 3 times. So basically just press it 3 times. And all of these should be done in 30 seconds. the car should respond with locking all doors and then unlocking. Now my alarm actually goes here crazy because I tested the procedure, it's working. That is why I'm not going to actually show you, because you're gonna be lost if I show it to you. Because I have an aftermarket alarm that actually figures out that I'm trying to program new remotes, but it's not following exactly the same procedure. So I'm gonna skip this, or I'm gonna shoot it, and if it's not that complicated I'm gonna add it to the video. We're gonna see. So after the car confirms, you have to aim at the transmitter antenna, your fob, and press any button 2 times, so just twice. Again, the car should respond by a lock and then unlock, because maybe because my door is actually open, that is why my alarm is getting crazy. We'll see. Then just repeat that for other transmitters, and then it says end. That's the strange thing. If you have 2 transmitters, push any key, so keep pushing and then end. I do not know how to exit this. Just remove the key from steering wheel. I don't know, it exits. Doesn't say how to exit. So that's the way you actually program those. As I said, you need to get those from somewhere. Some sellers, they actually do know these could be programmed and do ask for lots of money, but some sellers have absolutely no clue. I actually got everything here for 10 euros. So I got a 10 I got two transponders and 2 fobs. I actually paid only for the fobs. The keys were actually useless to the guy. I told him I'm gonna use the buttons from the fobs. Anyhow, for 10 euros I'm gonna actually try to copy everything. 2 sets, 2 keys, not only one for 50 to 60 euros, 2 keys for 10 euros. And of course I bought this, and I actually wanted to show you here. They do sell these, where you can actually place your transponder chip in and stick it into the key. That's also a good idea. So for the thing I actually wanted to show, and I'm gonna do a brief demonstration. I have a cut key here, a normal regular key which doesn't have a chip, and I've used some mounting tape here where I can place my transponder chips and switch them, so I can program the transponder chips without actually going and cutting this and doing the 2, because I do not know how, and this was actually in my pocket already. I did a long time ago, just in case I lock my original car key in the car. So let me show you what happens if I start the car without any chip. Neutral. Okay, I start the car. This one. Look. 1, 2, 3. 3 blinks. If I go here, I have documentation for the Immobilizer. If I go to the Immobilizer, this is for MPV 2003. It works the same in this one. You're gonna see 3 pulses, means ID number is not into the Immobilizer unit. After ignition switch is turned on, tone position, or engine cranking. So there is no ID number going into the Immobilizer unit. Nada. Now if I actually get the key like that, I get an Immobilizer from another car. Let's see how it's. Let's do the same way, typing. Okay, I place it here like that. Okay, and now I try to start the car. Okay, I'll first start the car with a proper key, so I'm sure that it's not gonna lock something. Okay, everything is good. Power off. And now get the one with the key, with the chip, transponder chip. Let's start. Goes off. 1 blink. There's only 1 blink. And this 1 blink on top it says ID number unregistered in Immobilizer unit. So actually there is an ID coming to the Immobilizer, but it's not registered. That's our idea. Register the freaking ID. That's how I plan to do it. You can actually buy one of these keys that you can just place it on top, but I already had this one. So let's start with programming, see what happens. Okay, a side note here, I'm using the new key, and I'm already waiting for the 5 minutes. I just started, of course, but I want to tell you that you actually need to do it a bit slowly. If you do it too fast, it's gonna actually start blinking way faster than this, and you're not gonna be able to go into the programming mode. So do it like a medium speed, not too fast. Okay, procedure was successful. I did actually mess up the code, so I had to start from the beginning. The shuffle thing didn't work, so I had to actually wait for 5 minutes again, but it works. I'm super excited. This is, as you can see, the key. I place it, I start, and car is running. Same goes with this one, which I'm not gonna be able to change with one hand, and same goes with the original. Beautiful. Okay, let's go see if I'm going to be able to actually show you guys how to program the remotes. Okay, now this procedure doesn't work. I guess it's because it's for the 1997 for the pre-facelift, and in the facelift version I do not have any procedure for how it works. So I searched on the internet and I found one procedure, and I managed to actually program this one. I'm actually going to show you how to program it again. It all starts by, so this is the procedure. I'm gonna tell you and then do it. Open the door, lock the door, and unlock. Because the door is open, it's actually gonna automatically unlock, but it says lock and unlock. Maybe my alarm is actually unlocking, I don't know. So lock and then unlock. Then you have to place the key in, turn to on and back to off 3 times. Then press the button on the door 3 times and the car should respond. And then smash two times each button of each remote, and that way they are programmed. So let's go and see. I open the door, I lock, and it automatically unlocks. I grab the key, I press it in, 1, 2, 3, leave it at off position, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it responded. So 2 times it responded, 2 times it responded, 2 times it responded, and that's it. I close the door, I'm done. So now if I test, lock, it's locked, unlock, it's unlocked. Next one, lock, it's locked, unlock, alarm doesn't get it, okay, it's unlocked. Third, lock, unlock. Okay, everything seems to be working. So it's time to go actually and cut this one. So key has been cut. This is the way I'm placing the transponder. I haven't yet glued it because I do not know if it's closer to the key or not. I guess it's closer to the key, but still I'm gonna try now to start up the car. I still do not have a spring. Try to manufacture one once I get my other one, because I ordered another one. Okay. careful with the transponder. Plug in the key, turn, start. Okay, seems to be working. So that is the spot. That's the spot where the transponder should fit, and I fit it as you saw with the thick one, the thick thing at the back. So like that, the thick one, like that. Flat at the bottom, thick at the back, and closer to the key, and it seems to be working. That's all. I hope you like the video. Hit subscribe. I'm coming again with more videos. Bye bye.